Mama Story. To hold, you must trust open your hands and let go. By Tony Angelo. Always look back in all the memories you forgot you had, and at times you'll smile even though it hurts so bad. It was late at night when Bailey finished his work and muffled a yawn while sitting on his work chair. He was tired from working all day long without any rest. There was still a pile of toys waiting in the living room for him to clean up. He stood up and cleaned the living area, which took him 20 minutes. Then he marched towards the kitchen. His face was primed with grief, and sadness was dripping from his features. He opened the fridge and took out his cold dinner. When he closed the fridge door, he noticed a family photo, a picture of 4 family members, with smiling faces, bright teeth on display, a moment of contemplation. It was written under that picture in bold handwriting. "Hold on, family. It's time for adventure." He heated his dinner in the microwave oven and sat down on the empty chair in the kitchen. While eating his pasta, he thought of the young lady in the picture who wasn't with him anymore. He lost his wife a month ago to cancer. She was a perfect mother of 2 and an ideal wife, and they all were trying to cope with the epic loss. When Bailey passed by his children's room, he heard mumbling from inside. He had put his kids to bed an hour ago. So he opened the door and found Austin and Asia mumbling under the canopy house made of bedsheet in their room. Austin was 5 and Asia was 4 years old. On seeing their father standing in the doorway, they came running towards him and clung to his legs. Austin, Asia, dear, why are you guys not asleep yet? He bent down and engulfed both of them in his embrace. Daddy, I want to hear Mama's stories, Austin said, whining. Yes, Daddy, I miss Mama's stories, Asia chimed in. It's late, and you have to wake up early. You have school tomorrow, Bailey tried to coax him. He couldn't admit this in front of his children, that he missed their mother's stories as well. Only she had the power to fill simple stories with vivacious and dynamic turns. Only she could narrate travel stories with such a passion that made all 3 of them imagine themselves to be characters in the story. But I can't sleep without hearing Mama's story, Asia cried and put her face in the crook of his neck. Okay, come with Daddy. He picked up Asia in his arms and held Austin's finger as he led them into his bedroom. He laid in the middle of the bed with both of them tucked in beside him. It was long ago. He started his story, and after some time, Asia said, Not this one. I don't like it. Yeah, Daddy. Tell us another story. Stories like Mama used to tell. There is one story I could remember, Bailey said, pretending to be thinking. It had a beautiful princess, with bright eyes, a beautiful smile that invited people to look at her happily. She had short, shiny black hair and... That's Mama! Asia exclaimed. Is Mama princess in the story? Yes, your Mama is the princess. And she had 2 beautiful kids, he said as he ruffled their hair. And she had a prince like you, Daddy, Austin suggested. Yes, she had. She was so beautiful that everyone loved her. She was so kind that everyone came to her when they needed something. Like I went to her when I needed breakfast, Austin asked. Yes, Bailey replied. And when I need... Asia thought for a moment. When I need chocolate, I used to go to Mama too. Bailey smiled at his daughter, kissed her forehead and said, Yes. Where is Mama? I miss her, Asia said in a sad tone. Bailey held back tears and said, Do you remember all the stories she used to tell? All the places she would mention? Both of them nodded. She went there, so she could see if those places are as good as they are mentioned in the book. Why didn't she take us with her? Austin asked. She wanted to make sure if those places are good enough for you guys. Asia yawned out loud. It is a good story. Thank you, Daddy. Asia's eyes went heavy with deep slumber, but before they could go to sleep, they felt the mattress under them move upward in the air. It started floating in the air as if it were a flat balloon filled with gas. Daddy, what's happening? Austin asked with astonishment in his eyes. Where are we going? It was Asia who asked with excitement. Hold on, family. It's time for an adventure. Mama? Both Asia and Austin yelped. By that time, the flying mattress took them out of their room from the open big window. Bailey held both Asia and Austin close in his embrace. He couldn't get a hold of his emotions, nor did he know what to say. But his kids were screaming cheerfully. "Mama, you came for us," Austin asked. Mama, look at that moon. Asia pointed her tiny finger towards the moon. "I came for you guys. We are going for an adventure. Are you too happy?" Mattress screamed in their mother's voice. "Asia, your moon is so beautiful." Flying Mattress caressed her cheek with the cover, and she chuckled shyly. "Mama, where are we going?" Austin asked. "Wherever you want to go. Ask your daddy." The corner of the bedsheet transformed into a light fist and patted Bailey's chest to gain his attention. He came to his senses and replied, looking into Asia's eyes. "Let's go to Iceland. Asia wanted to see ice castles." "Yay! Just like in the book. I want to see ice castles." "Daddy," Austin called him. "Can we go to Holland? I want to see windmills. These are so big and tall, can we see them?" "Ask your mother," Bailey replied. "Let's get going then. Ice castles and windmills, here we come." They travelled to Iceland, and the bed cover magically covered them up, protecting them from the cold. Ice castles were big, beautiful, and decorated with lights. They looked so delightful. Asia couldn't keep her eyes off them. They went to Holland. Austin was looking at the windmills with his wide eyes. They were just like the pictures in the storybooks. "These are huge," he whispered. "Where should we go next?" Mattress asked again. "Penguins! Pyramids!" Both of them yelled at the same time. "Penguins?" Bed cover caressed Asia. "Pyramids?" It caressed Austin's cheek. "Here we come." Their next stop was Antarctica, where they saw penguins while sitting close in the warmth of bed cover. Then they went to Egypt on the same flying mattress to see the gigantic pyramids. They were sky high, having a base at the earth with a pointed tip. By the time they came home, it was already late at night. Both Austin and Asia were asleep by the time the mattress adjusted itself on top of the bed. Asia rolled over the side and hugged the corner of the mattress as she said, "Thank you, Mummy. It was the best story." Hearing this line, Bailey woke up from his dream. His breathing was shallow and sweat was sparkling on his forehead. He looked around and found nothing out of order. Then he looked at his sleeping kids. He kissed the top of their heads and laid back. "I wish Mummy could have stayed longer." His son turned towards him and whispered, "She will never come back to us." Bailey held his son's tiny hand. "She left us so she could stay at a place where she is not ill anymore." Hearing this, his 5-year-old boy Bailey felt a pang in his heart. He spooned Austin and kept him close to his heart for a long time. Then he said, "You know how bouquets are made, right?" Austin nodded his head. "By plucking beautiful flowers?" "Yes. Your mother Rose was so beautiful, and she was picked." He closed his eyes, for embracing the emptiness that came with her departure and was going to stay until the end.